Hi guys, this is Miss Osuna. We are continuing with the watercolor sketch. This is part 2. This is our croaky face. I'm going to just close up some of the details here for you. So now it's dried completely. Now we're going to move forward and do some mixed media. So with the eyes, I'm going to start off with some colored pencil, a couple shades of blue since the eyes are in a blue. So here I am doing some curved shapes, outer edges, and same thing here, starting always on the darker side. And now I'm going to move on to a different blue, same thing, pressing harder, outer edges. So that gives a nice softness to the eye, gives some depth. Now that we have that as our beginning, I'm going to move on to a darker shade. So those first two were teal and sort of a light blue. These are Prismacolor pencils. One is aquamarine, the other one is blue in actinique. Okay, this one's a regular drugstore marker, and this is just a regular blue. Oh, but it's not sharp, so let's get another. Here's another. And here we are with this kind of a royal blue to push some of those edges. So it's dark, dark, dark around the edges. And a little speck in the center. Same thing here, always starting on the dark side. I'm just doing these curved shapes like a letter C and a backward C or a parenthesis. And then a couple of specks in the center of the eye. Now we're going to go across the top of the eye. We want some dark makeup for the top of the eye. So here I have a darker violet. And across the top of the eye, just to start. Same thing here. So this is not darker to light because this is going to end up representing our mascara. So that's the beginning of that. Now I'm going to move on to something even darker, fine point marker, and I'm going to also use some brown from a regular marker. So here we go with that. Just as soon as I find my fine point marker. Where are you? Sometimes I use a ballpoint pen when I can't find a fine point marker. I'm going to try that with this. This is, yeah, ballpoint pen will do just fine when you're in a pinch. So here we are. I'm going heavier in the center, meaning back and forth more, and I'm lowering and going higher in the center. On the edges, it's thinner. That's what we want to achieve. So we have that with our pen, but you can also use a fine point marker. I would if I could find it, but it looks fine without. And now I'm going to put this one back and switch over to a little bit of some brown marker. Right here, especially in the center of the eye. Just darken it a little and darken this a little right at the center. So now for the bottom edge of the eye, I think we'll go back to fine point, which I just found it. So here we are, bottom edge at the outer edge, and then here at the inner edge by the nose. Same thing here. So I'm lightly touching it so that the bottom edge is softer. All right, now I'm going to give some lashes. These are those smile shapes. So I'm smiling for the top lash, and then I'm frowning for the bottom lash. Just make sure they all touch the actual eye itself. I'm going to darken right here at the center of the eye a little bit more. And now smile for the top. As many or as few as you like, and then frown for the bottom. So now that I've done that, and I've also given her a little bit heavier eyeliner there on that outer edge, I'll do the same here. A little heavier eyeliner on that outer edge. Okay, so that's the beginning there. I'm going to give a speck here and a speck there. And now we are ready for some makeup on her eyelid. I'm going to go in ahead and do this soft peach color and make the crease of the eyelid darker. And then now I'm going to add a little pinkish. I have this crayon. So a little pink, going higher, soft circles around. And same here, a little bit of pink, going a little bit higher. We'll blend it in a little bit. All right, so that's our beginning there. I'm going to go right back on top of it and go even higher. So I'm on top to blend it, and then I'm taking my peach and going even higher. On top of the pink, blending it, peach, going higher. All right, so that gives me that. I'm going to go for a little bit of brown, like a caramel color. And this is going to set in the crease a little bit more. Give it some depth. So I'm just doing our frown shapes. I'm going higher and lower, but little soft touch. Then now beginnings of the brow. And the same here. Always starting in the center of the face toward the nose, and then go out toward the edges. So it's going to be thicker at the center and a little bit thinner on the outer edges. Of course, you can do as much or as little as you want for your brow. So I'm going to say that's it for my brow there. And I'm just going to smooth it off and extend it beyond the eye. Should be longer in terms of length than whatever your length of your eye is. So from right to left, it should be a little bit longer. I'm going to darken this, a little bit of purple right here. So the purple on top of the brown is going to give a dark brown feel. And I'm going to darken this one a little bit. All right, so that's a little bit darker. Now we are ready, even a little more. I'm going to push a little harder here. Think a little darker there. Yeah, maybe a little harder here. All right, so now I'm going to blow this. That's better. Some of the little crayons coming off. Going to go for soft cheek. So a little tiny bit of peach. You can pick whatever colors, of course, you want for your faces. I'm just doing soft so that her natural beauty can kind of show up on its own. Little circles, very light circles. And now I'm going to darken in the lip. Here I am on the dark side always. So the bottom lip, I'm just filling in that edge. And not entirely. I'm leaving those white spaces in the center. And now I'm starting here on the dark side of the lip. Color pencil right on top of the watercolor. And this is the top lip. So the outer edges are where I start. And then now I'm going to darken a little bit of the bottom lip here on the light side. And a little tiny bit of the top lip. So I'm just darkening that a tiny bit. I'm going to push down a little harder. And till I get the color that I'm looking for. But notice I am leaving those critical white spaces so that the picture has some light and kind of breathes. All right, so now we have that. Now I think it's time for us to put in a tiny bit more of our watercolor. So this is part 2 and we're about done, but part 3 is going to be finishing it off with some watercolor. Happy sketching!